Hello and welcome to another Raggy's Brewing video. So today I'm going to brew this St. Peter's Plum Porter. I am going to add 1 kilo of sugar. So the St. Peter's Plum Porter is round about 5%. I'm adding 1 kilo of sugar, which normally adds about, if it brews correctly obviously, adds about 2% to the brew. So it should bring it out at about 7%. So obviously in the kit it brews to 35 pints, 20 litres. I am going to brew this to 20 litres. Made by Muntons. For me, one of the best beer kits out there. It's plummy, but the plum is in the malt. It's not an essence you add afterwards or anything like that. So you always are going to get that plum. You've got Golding Zot powder, which will be added at some stage. I need to read up on that. And then the yeast. 69 yeast, premium made in the EU. Instructions are here. So you actually add the hop sachet when you add the yeast. So anyway, I've already put the tins in hot water in the sink just to warm them up. They've been in the shed, so they need warming up. I boiled 1 kettle full of water, so I'm going to bang that straight in. And then I'm going to put the kettle on again straight away. You know, if you've not done one of these before, always read the instructions. I always use 2.5 kettlefuls of water. I know how much water's in my kettle. It's usually about 5 litres of hot water, boiling hot water. But, you know, we all do it differently. So anyway, that's on. I'm going to chuck this. I'm just going to get a 2 litre jug to put the there we go, 2 litre jug. So I can put the stirrer in after I've stirred the sugar. There we go. So sugar's in, fire in the oven, as it were. Get it stirred straight away, get that starting to dissolve. So, first tin out of the sink. It's been sat in the shed where it's been really cold, so you know it needs to come out anyway. Get yourself a decent tin opener. Because if you've got, like me, if you've got wrists from when you fell over that aren't the greatest, it could be a real struggle, and I'm struggling like I do. So, there we go. I meant to not put all of it, to cut all of it, I meant to leave a lid. So, slightly bulged up there a little bit. I'm going to pour this in. And you see, while I'm waiting for the kettle to pour, I can just stand there and let as much of it drip out as possible. Because it's been in the water, it's a lot less gloopier than it normally is. Like I say, wait till the kettle does its thing. Because we want literally as much of this as we can. And obviously we've got to do it twice. So So, right. There we go. Stopped it now. It's got most of it out. I'll do the same with that. Put the lid on so it balances without going in. Let me grab the second one. In some ways, actually, taking the lid off might have been a bit of a masterstroke. For in a minute when I need to rinse the lid. So, yeah, may have done the right thing there. So, obviously, some oven mittens, because if you're going to put hot water into the tins, they're going to get supremely hot. So it's a good thing, really. There we go. So it's a matter of which way you do it. And here we go. So pour that in. Again, get rid of it. You can smell that plum coming off. Smells amazing. And you can see it going down well. We'll give it a minute. Just to try and get rid of as much as we can. So the plans for this is to brew it to 7%, then to add a bottle of port, a litre or maybe a 700ml, it doesn't really matter. But port is 20%, so I'm going to add a bottle of port to the mix after the first fermentation. So, you know, it's then for secondary fermentation, put the port in, put a bit of sugar in, and I dare say it will secondary ferment some of the port out. And we should get what will be a nice, sweet plum porter. That's the hope anyway. Always the hope. So pour so much in there. I'm just going to pour this on the lid and I can get rid of this lid now. You can see how much water you need to pour on the lid to get rid of the mould. Obviously, if you stir it, and there you go, you see what I mean? So much you've got to pour out. Chuck that in the sink. Pour the rest in here. Then we're going to put this on again. A half a kettle full. Chuck that in there. Turn on. Now, while these are in the tins, just basically work it up and down, right up to the lid, without obviously getting any of it outside of the tin. And these tins are mega hot, so something to watch out for. But all that malt you're going to keep, so, you know, so it's well worth. I do apologise about the lighting in there. The lighting's crap. So that one's pretty much done. And obviously every single bit of the malt is what makes you beer. So, you know, you don't want to lose any of it really. That's lovely. So, oven gloves, yeah. because otherwise burny hands. And burny hands are not nice. If you look there, if you can see it, it's perfectly clean. So, chuck that in the sink for now. And then we'll do the same here. Just stir it round. Put the stirrer into there for now. And again. So you can see it's left a mess on there, so it might be the better way of doing it to actually take it off in the beginning. Because that actually, with the lid off, was better than with the lid left on, that little bit. So that's both the heat element out the way and a spot of cleaning to do. So obviously brewing beer, cleanliness is godliness. Plus it's like a nasty glue, you know, that you want to get rid of. Even though it's not glue obviously, but yeah. So here we go. Right, stir time. So there's no resistance now from the sugar. Oh no, I just felt some actually. Yeah. So it's a good thing to go all the way round, all the way to the centre, and then back out again, because all that sugar wants dissolving in. And the malt, you know, the what you've just chucked out the tins, that needs stirring in as much as possible. And as you can see on the spoon, it's dripping off, but it's not sticking on or anything, so it's been stirred quite nicely. Right. So we're going to go up to 20 litres. I might actually go up to about 19. Or to be fair, even 18. It's not about making as much beer as possible, it's about experimenting. And I want something that's bang on. The only problem is, I've not got my hydrometer, so I can't find it anywhere. So I'll only be guessing the ABV. I already know that I mean, if I go to 18, I could be getting a 7.5 to 8% and thicker beer as well. So we're actually on 18, and do you know something? I actually think that I'll leave it at 18 because it's interesting to see how the brew. So 18 litres. Even if I didn't put sugar in, that would make a stronger beer. Probably 5.5, 6%, something like that. With the sugar, should perk it up to 7.5, 8%. So chuck the hop powder over the top. Like always, make sure you get all the hop powder in. You know, it's not rocket science in that respect. Oh. I've done so many brews, I've never done that. So sprinkle the hop powder above. I'm going to give it a stir to stir it in. It smells amazing, to be fair. Now the yeast, do the same with the yeast. And this time don't drop the plastic in. The yeast over the top. Like I say, it's as easy as that. Yeah, the temperature's lovely. It's certainly not too hot. It's not cold. Nice and lukewarm. Perfect. You know, if in doubt, stick religiously to the instructions. But I was so pleased when St. Peter's announced they were bringing this kit out, and you know, obviously Muntons make the kit using St. Peter's advice and help and all that business. So obviously we've gone for 18 litres. We've put a bag of sugar in, and then we're going to add a bottle of port. So I'm going for that. What's Titanic Brewery do? A port infused plum porter. Although it ain't infused, you know, there's plenty of port going in. I don't know how much port they put into their port infused, but this is Raggy's port infused, and yeah, should be some beer in the end. I'll take this off so you can see inside. And look at 17 minutes, so it's not took long at all. So there we go. The hops have congealed a bit, but they'll sort themselves out. That'll disappear anyway. But yeah, should be good. Lots more homebrew stuff coming on the channel. Updates as well. I need to do an update on the toffee apple upstairs. But yeah, good to be back in homebrew world and I'm playing around with the kits. If you haven't got the money and time, because it takes time to brew all grain, then using these kits like this, brewing them short, adding elements to the kits to do something different. It's only what the breweries do, but they're doing it, you know, mostly the proper way, mostly. They all cheat. But they all play around with kits, play around with the beers. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And, you know, it's all about that playing. But you can do this. If I can do it, anyone can do it. And that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. See you soon. Updates will be coming.